All right, everybody, and welcome back to the next episode of Darkest Dungeon 2. So, in our last one, we tried to build a good little dancing team, and we ended up losing our man-at-arms. He died to... Who did he die to? It was the baby. We fought the baby. He died. He's very much dead. Also, the box is now gone, for anybody who was wondering. Yeah, that was my webcam frame. I didn't realize that was up. But yeah, so... hopefully you're enjoying these offline videos. We're going to continue on with this one. We did get the Hellion. I wish we could move them here. The Hellion doesn't work terribly with this team, all right? Now, we do want to lean into her more mobile abilities, right? So we're probably going to lean into her being a bleeder more than a damage dealer. And the reason is because we're probably going to be using Breakthrough a little bit. And I want her to be able to use abilities from at least the first 3 ranks and then sometimes the 4th rank. And really, all that matters is that she can at least do something. So if she's in the front rank, we're going to be focusing on her bleed out. If she's in second, we're going to be focusing on if it bleeds. If she gets pushed back even further, we can use Breakthrough. And then from there, we're also going to maybe use Raucous Revelry just as kind of a contingency plan and Adrenaline Rush, because it's always good to have a heal. Now, we could also get toe-to-toe. That is something that I'm thinking about, maybe better than Raucous Revelry. You know, we do have a Jester on the team, so let's go toe-to-toe. I don't know if we need that many movement abilities, considering the fact that the rest of the team will move around her and hopefully put her in position, but we'll see how this goes. If we need the stress healing, we can always throw on Raucous Revelry. So we're going to go ahead and throw her at the front rank. That is definitely where we're going to want her more often than not. I am also considering switching out Highway Robbery for PBS or Tracking Shot for PBS. It'll do less damage, but it will allow him to move backwards, which is something that's important, while also disrupting the enemies and giving them combo, which again is something else that we kind of want to work with. So it depends mostly on where we're going, if that stealth and dodge removal is going to be important for us. Let's take a look at where we're going to be going. And let's see here. We do have the Shroud with the region modifier, or a region modifier of more hazardous routes, and the goal of clearing out the lair for the operating table. I don't know if that's really that important. Exterminate, visit a creature den. We have visited quite a few creature dens. That's why we have so many mastery points. Increased meltdown chance is a problem, but we do have a fairly speedy team. And so I'm thinking that the Sprawl may be a good option for us. Now, Bonnie is going to suffer a little bit here, but we're really not relying on her ability to burn. We're mostly relying on her ability to do damage and be a utility hero. So I don't think that's really going to be that big of an issue. So I say we go for the Sprawl. The Shroud is a little scary for us right now. I don't really care about the candles, but, you know. So let's take a look at our abilities here. So I'm going to go ahead and go for Open Veins so we can get the additional bleed here. So now we're going to be doing 6 bleed on the target, which is very, very good. I'm going to go ahead and upgrade Smokescreen for the blindness, which is a very powerful addition to that ability. Now let's see, I haven't really played with Breakthrough. Breakthrough has changed since the game launched, right? Or when it first came out. So now it moves forward 2, but it only targets a single target instead of targeting 1 target. It removes guard or ignores and removes guard, and then they cannot gain block additionally after that point. So it does have some value against like ghouls and whatnot, but not super important otherwise. I think we're going to upgrade the If It Bleeds. Maybe want to upgrade Cauterize as well. Also, we could upgrade Toe-to-Toe for the Winded removal, but again, I don't think we're going to be... I'm going to do it anyway, just so we have a way to remove Winded. Let's just go with it, call it what it is. We're going to the Sprawl, so Tracking Shot does have some value. There are some dodgy enemies in this area, particularly the Reaver. I believe that's what he's called. Or is it the Skewer? I don't know. The guy with the long stick that likes to poke you. We could also get the Triple Riposte and the Dodge. That's a pretty potent option as well. And we could also upgrade Solo. We have been using Solo a lot to get the Crocodilian to proc. We could also upgrade Inspiring Tune. You know what? I'm going to go Inspiring Tune. And then I'm going to go Highway Robbery as well to get more positive tokens. Could be very useful, especially on Yellow Hand. Oh, there's so many good options. I'm going to go Highway Robbery. Screw it. Okay, so next thing we're going to have to work on here is relationships. everybody's feeling a little unfriendly, especially with the Hellion. Nobody likes her. When you get a new hero after a hero has died, they will always spawn with 7 on their relationship instead of the standard 9, so you're gonna have to work to get them back up. Everybody else is also not feeling particularly great, so let's go ahead and have them a nice little feast. Give them the pig here, and this will at least boost everybody's relationship up a little bit. And then let's get them some food as well. The Hellion can go a little slower with those steak and spuds, and then we'll save this for otherwise. Now, we do have this lovely wine. The wine is going to give us +2 relationships on everybody, so probably going to end up going through all of Boudica's and just giving Boudica Reynald, Boudica Sarmenti, Boudica Bonnie. So just to kind of give everybody a chance to love our new Hellion Queen. And then from here, so now everybody is at least... oh, okay. Bonnie is still unfriendly. At least 5%, so it's much lower chance. And we're not going to break anything. So Reynald and Bonnie, I think we'll go ahead and give them this. So now everybody is at least in the positive. Now, I've got this whiskey bottle here, which has a chance to increase or a chance to decrease. And so what I'll be careful about is using it on these ones that if it does go down, it would put us to the next lower level. I don't really want to risk that. Now, the one that I might want to risk it on is going to be Reynald and Sarmenti, because if it goes down 2, they stay in the same level. But if it goes up 3, well, they go to the next level. So let's try that. Reynald and Sarmenti. I say Reynald. This is his carryover name, obviously. And it did go up, so we do have a positive relationship chance there. We do have the chance to give somebody the pipe weed, but nobody is within 1 of another level. We could try for a crit roll on Bonnie and Sarmenti, but I don't think that's a great option, so we'll go ahead and save it for now. I'm also going to keep that wax intoxicant, or inoculant, sorry, for something else. Now, let me remind myself what I have on my Wayne right here. We do have the compress kit. Do we have the mortar and pestle per chance? We do not. We could also get the operating table, but I don't think we need it. But what we do have the option to get is a Sagear, which does give us a lot more relics, which I think will set us up pretty well. So I'm just going to go for it. We could also get the Strongbots, which increases the stacking of these items, and I think that's going to help us out a lot. So let's go for it. And that fills up all 3. I'm not going to use the Collector Chandelier. That's going to get dropped. I actually don't want... Oh, we also have more inventory slots, so I don't need to worry about inventory that much. Probably didn't need that strong box. Oh, well, it's fine. It's a few relics down the drain. Not a big deal. We'll go ahead and upgrade this one wheel. We don't need to upgrade it any more than this, because this wheel will give us an additional 1 on entering the region, so we only need to increase it by the 1. And then we do have a bit of money. Let's take a look at our combat items. We have ablative powders, which will be useful. We have some healing salve. Pouch of Lie is not going to be super important. In fact, I'll probably just drop that for this region. Let's grab these smoke bombs. They will be useful. We could probably do with some laudanum as well, just in case. And maybe a few more ablative powders. Just so we have them. Let's go ahead and throw the laudanum on over here and the smoke bombs here. And, ooh, we do have distracting dust. Who can that go on? Oh, I do have to remember what trinkets we all have. Sacrificial host is not going to be useful here. Let's go ahead and throw that on. And we'll just keep that off for now. We'll keep it just in case. I don't think we can afford a trinket. Nope. And yeah, I think that's all we're going to go ahead and take. So let's go ahead and enter the sprawl and see what damage we can get up to, how this run's going to go. Let's take a look at our relationships here. We have respectful, hell yeah, and respectful, awesome. 2 good ones. What did we get here? We got Duelist Advance will give dodge, great. Inspiring Tune will give strength, amazing. Echoing March will give dodge, and Controlled Burn will give dodge. I don't think we're using Controlled Burn at all, and we probably will not use it in this region because, well, burn resist is a little bit high in the sprawl, so we'll just have to deal with it. All right. Ooh, early Watchtower. That's pretty nice. It's going to give us a nice little speed boost, while also letting us kind of figure out where we want to go from there. We're only missing out on one thing. We'll have access to everything else from that point. We can go to the Creature Den. We have a Shambler's Altar, which we will probably pass on. We do not need to go for a lair anymore. We also do need to be cautious of road fights, as they are much more likely to be a collector now, and that is something that we need to be cautious of. Well, either way, let's go for this Watchtower. Okay, we do get an armor token removed here, and let's see what damage we can get up to here. So again, we are focusing on that crocodilian. Go ahead and get rid of these exclamation points. Always annoying when they're left on the screen, I know. Wish there was a way to just remove them all, but alas, we cannot. Cultist fight is also a decent option. Multiple hospitals here as well, lots of fights. This should be a pretty good region, honestly. Cultist fight could be good for us, but I do think the creature den is going to be more beneficial in the long run. We then do also have the option for fights. We can take a couple wheels. That Shambler's Altar is scary. We should almost... I do believe you're guaranteed to get one person who will say no to this and one person who will say yes. I don't think it's guaranteed that you have to take it, but it could be an issue. Now, we do have a team that can handle this pretty sturdily because it shuffles. So if we get shoveled, it's really not that big a deal, which is one of the biggest issues with the Shamblers. So we could decide to take that on, depending on how well we feel. But let's go through that creature den, and then we can make that decision. That's just going to put us down to 1 armor off the bat. I'm hoping that if we go up to this assistance encounter, we'll get an armor option from it. But we'll have to wait and see, huh? All right, let us enter the den. What do we got? Strength and speed. Well, that's a great start. These tracks look fresh. Draw. All right, let's go for it. Okay, so we have 2 worms and 2 dogs, mongrels, or gnashers. Sorry, not mongrels. So let's go ahead and just get the blind where we can. Generally better to hit where we're able to. That's just kind of my rule of thumb. We get a good bleed here, so that one's pretty much dead at this point. And then we can use the Hearthlight. We could use the Hearthlight to remove the dodge. I don't think it's really that necessary because, in all honesty, it's just not going to do much for us. I'm probably just going to go ahead and pull this guy forward. And the reason I'm doing that and not just going for the kill is because I want to try to stop them from eating corpses if I can avoid it and having a big worm on our hands. So... as you can see, we do already have a rank 4 Hellion, so interesting to start us off that way. But let's just go ahead and... ooh, nice crit. A crit breakthrough. Amazing. Fantastic. You love to see it. What did this get the crit token from? I don't... something that generates crit. Distracting dust. Did we miss an attack? We must have missed an attack, and I did not pay attention to it. Let's go ahead and open Vein. That bleed, ooh, that bleed does not stick. So, what are our options here? We can solo and try to get a bleed, but that's still not going to stop it from being able to go. Unfortunately, that's really pretty much our only option. So, let's just go for the solo, get the damage. It will get a crit hit off, but hopefully it goes for somebody that can dodge. Oh well. It could be worse. We do have a bleed on both of those, though, so I think we'll be fine. What are we up to here? Pretty good damage overall. Now, of course, the problem with Breakthrough is that it is on a cooldown, so we're going to have to try better to stop the Hellion from getting into rank 4 as easily as she has been. It may require us actually moving with the Jester, using Battle Ballad or something, or maybe even adding Play Out into our repertoire. Doesn't help that we're getting, like, a team that moves, you know, that actually has the ability to move us with the pull ability on the Gnasher. So that is a thing. We're just gonna have to deal with it. Gosh dang, they're getting lucky with these dodges, huh? There we go, 2 deaths there. Fantastic. Now we get our breakthrough going. Let's just go ahead and run and hide, so we can at least get the Hellion back up into her position. And then we can Echoing March back here. Okay, we did get the debuff going, which is fantastic. Did resist the debuff, though, which isn't as fantastic. So we could go for Highway Robbery, but my thought process is here, all that's going to do is take the token, which is great, but either way, we're going to remove the token. We can either try to do damage and remove the token, or just remove the token. So might as well just go for the damage, because if it hits, that's great, and we also remove the token. If it doesn't hit, well, then it does the same. It's still going to remove the bleed token, so it's not that big of a deal. Now let's go ahead and toe-to-toe. We can lock her in position, so she's a bit more useful up here. Ghastly Gruul doing some very good work here for us. Lots of heals. Hellion's probably going to go ahead and need to heal herself, which is totally fine. Battle Ballad. So we'll go ahead and heal.
This road cannot be walked alone.
That'll remove the bleed, and then hopefully we can hit here. Gosh dang, these dogs are just sticking to their guns. We could use tracking shot to remove dodge again, but if we had it upgraded, it would be a bit more useful in removing dodge. Gosh dang, the Ghastly Gruul is really doing some work. I'm pretty impressed of it, honestly. There we go. That's what I like to see. All right, so we could heal here. Let's not. We do get a crit, so... Oh, I say we get a crit. We can miss having a crit. That's totally an option as well. That guy is dead, so not much we have to worry about there. Let's see if we can get the solo to hit. We can't. We are just stacking damage, though, every time we do this, so in all honesty, not that big a deal. The next round will be definitely in for a bit of trouble, that's for sure. 52% additional damage on our Hellion. Goodness me. All right. So yeah, we're already back into looking in good shape, though our Hellion does have a lot of tokens on her. Lots of big stuff here. Holy crud. All right, this is where using Highway Robbery is probably going to be to our benefit, because we're actually peeling off 2 Dodge Plus tokens and gaining those tokens at the same time. Bleed Out also going to be useful here, just because it hits, you know, it doesn't matter about the damage, it's hitting through the Block Plus tokens, and that's really what matters. Now, I'm going to go ahead and let's just try to blind one of these guys. I could have used the Hearthlight to try and peel off dodge, but it's really not that necessary, I don't think, at this point. Let's see, what do I want to do here? Let's try to blind the spider. Spiders are going to be a bit of a problem for us. Lots of blind going on. Love to see that for us. Good miss. And a great dodge, too. Fantastic. Love that. All right, go ahead and pull here. Might spread the burn. It did. That's great.
Measured and
another great miss. Blind is a very, very potent token, that's for sure. I'm just going to go ahead and get the crit here. Get that crit bleed going. And then we can toe-to-toe here for the kill. Ooh, a 10 toe-to-toe crit. 52% additional damage is doing some work, huh? Goodness me. Now there's a blight. Can't do anything about the blight. So, oh, there's the corpse eating. Do need to keep that in mind. Wow, 29 crit. My goodness. All right. So let's see what we can do here. This solo here. We'll get the additional dodge from that. Did not get the bleed though. I'm definitely a little worried about our friend here, but she should be able to adrenaline rush and at least get herself feeling a bit more in tip-top shape. Doesn't cure the blight at this point, but that's okay. Let's see. Who's still got a turn left? I'm going to go ahead and smoke screen the big guy. Keep those blind tokens going for us. And then see what I can steal here of Highway Robbery. There we go. We got all the juicy ones. So Highway Robbery already paying dividends for us. And yeah, let's just hit where we can. Nice. 17 crit. Or that wasn't even a crit. I think that was just 17 damage, wasn't it? Yeah, these multi... Oh, these are sturdy enemies, too. I did not even pay attention to that. These multi kind of round fights lead to some very interesting damage numbers when all's said and done. Plus 80% additional damage right now from this. It's a little crazy. Yeah, 17 crit. Fantastic. Love that for us. Yeah. Oh, amazing. And Ghastly Gruul doing some work there. We did get a crit on us. Alas, a little bit of stress won't hurt us. It's the one stress that we have right now. And up to 83% additional damage. Some crazy numbers going on here. Oh no! I was hoping the Hellion would get an additional heal. The Respectful came in a little too clutch there. Oh well, that's fine.
In this world,
all right, discounted combat and in items. I'll take that. All right, let's move on to where we're going next. I believe we're going to go for this assistance encounter on the right. We do have the extra wheels, but honestly, fights are good for us right now. We're in good condition. We have very little stress, and we want to get loot. Loot is going to be helpful for us. So if you can take a fight, you should generally try to take a fight. Breakthrough will actually have some value here. You know why the Hellion is starting in rank 4? Because I haven't moved her out of that position yet. So that's something I should probably consider doing. Oh well, it's fine. Just a bit of a misplay on my part there. Like, man, she started back there again. Did we get shuffled? No, I'm just big stupid, which is pretty common for me, honestly. So that's okay. Try to blind the ghoul here if we can, just so we don't get howls on us, or at least have less chance for Howl to just slam us down, which is very annoying. Nice little bit of burn there. I was hoping that skull toss would... Oh my, come on. Wow, she has a really low stun resist, huh? Oof, that's unfortunate. All right. Well, she's not feeling particularly great. Not much we can do about that. Let's go get the blind here. That's very unfortunate. Ooh, that's also unfortunate. Good thing it does bleed, though. So bleed is the most common dot, so we're definitely more likely to see bleeds than we are not. And so that gives us a lot of options to heal. Hopefully this misses. Thankfully it does. Yeah, that's where blinding Howl can come in very useful. We'll go ahead and just pierce through that. Now, if we upgraded Breakthrough, they wouldn't be able to actually get any... wouldn't be able to get any dodge. Or block, not dodge. God, I gotta think before I speak. That's a difficult thing to do, all right? A little bit of damage there. And we'll go ahead and do this. Now, I could use something like Finale to also just add more damage to this team as they move back and forth, but... Oh my god, my Hellion's just not going to play this round, I guess. My goodness. Very unfun. If you guys could stop doing that, that'd be great. I'd love to be able to get a good heal on her.
Persistence will overcome even the greatest of threats.
She's just sitting in the back now. You just chill back there, all right? That's totally fine. At least hopefully one of these blinds will proc eventually. I swear to God. Okay. Dude's really got a vendetta for this Hellion. I mean, come on. Leave the lady alone. She's struggling back there, okay?
Bravo.
All right, moving her forward so that I can hopefully get a heal on her with something at some point. That Howl hit, unfortunately. We did resist it a little bit, but go ahead and do that. I'm gonna run and hide. I'm really dragging this out, probably more than I should, just so I can try to get a heal on the Hellion. There we go, nice crit heal. Not feeling as rough. And now I can do something like solo, add a little bit of bleed to this guy, and we'll just smack him down to death's door. There we go. Okay.
Abandoned or forgotten. It is ours.
My goodness. Always something, huh? All right, so what do we have coming up next? We have an assistance encounter. Hopefully it can give us an armor token. I would very much enjoy that. Go ahead and drop those candles. I do not need them. Let's see what our options are. We have a dissenter, unfortunately. Leave. Take 20. Oh god, 25 torch. Oh goodness. Man, that would be rough for us. 30 torch is worth the relationships, I think.
Scavenge what you can.
Medicinal herbs is fine.
Be off once
But
more.
we do want that torchlight. We're starting to feel the effects of it, and it's not necessarily the best thing. Now, going into a Shambler fight, I don't know. I don't know what I feel like our odds are going into this fight, if I'm entirely honest. I think we're okay on health. I think stress is definitely a problem. we'll definitely have to take a look at all of our items before we go in, if we decide to. Let's take a look at our options. Fight, don't fight. Okay, so we do have those two options to us, which is good. Ablative powders is probably not going to be the most helpful of items. One laudanum is also probably not going to be the most helpful of items. This holy water is definitely good for us. Probably better than the bandages, if I'm entirely... How many times am I going to say if I'm entirely honest? All right. This could be the end of this run. I could be making a very dumb decision if I'm entirely... Oh my god, you know what? I'm just going to call this episode If I'm Entirely Honest. I don't know why I'm suddenly saying that so much. Curse, probably, but how it shines. Okay. Let's see what we can do against the Shambler.
A star-spawned child of the infinite.
Amazing.
void.
Hellion is exactly where she needs to be. Let's go ahead and grab those tokens so we can start off by doing a little bit of damage at least. See if we can get a blind going. Great start there. Fantastic. I'm going to go ahead and just land a bleed out if we can. Dots are going to be pretty potent for us here. And we don't really need a smoke screen, but we'll take it anyway for the combo. And gonna go for a solo here. See if we can land the bleed. Resisted the bleed, but we do have a lot of dodge now. 3 of our heroes have dodge, and we just get a lovely miss to start off with. Great. Love that for us.
Mistimed.
All right, I do have to think about my plays here. Hopefully we can do... Oh, look at Respectful doing the Lord's work. Riposte is something we're definitely going to want to get up here. So let's go ahead and do that. I do get the feeling our Hellion is probably going to be the one who suffers the most... Oh, wow. Oh, she had a crit token. I didn't even notice that. What does she get that crit token from? I feel like we're getting that from this distracting dust, but I'm not noticing what we're missing that's causing it. So that's definitely a problem. Definitely something to keep in mind. Try to keep the bleed up on our friend here. And then which Clapper Claw is going next? That one is, and then the Jester. So let's see if we can I kill here? 3 to 7. Yes, we can guarantee a kill. So let's go for the kill. It's unfortunately going to upset the Jester. I'm not quite sure why he's so upsetty spaghetti about it, but try to get the blind on this one. We didn't get the miss. Okay, more bleed on her. Please miss. Goodness me with the crits. Oh boy, this is starting to look a little bit precarious here for us. Grab those tokens. We are almost guaranteed to get a meltdown at this point. Ooh, can you guys not focus on one hero? That'd be great. Be fantastic even. Let's go ahead and remove that. And we'll just go ahead. Try to hit that. Good miss, thank you. Let's get her locked up into place. She does still have a blind going, so I'm gonna go for an Echoing March just because she's going to move a lot and she's just gonna then stack bleeds on herself, which I think is very important. Let's go ahead and remove those and then get more riposte going. So every time the Shambler moves now, which is pretty much every time she goes. Oof, goodness me, 12. Meltdown time. Oh my goodness. Boudica, you are beautiful. An amazing soul. Fantastic. That's what I love to see. That's exactly what I want to see. 3-3. Not super worried about these blights right now. Let's go ahead and try to move. Moves resisted the moves. This should be a dodge. Oh, come on. Through the dodge plus. Yikes. Okay, definitely gonna go for the heal here.
Comes rarely in these times.
And we'll solo here. Try to get some bleed going on this guy. And can only if it bleeds here. But we can hit here, breakthrough, just to move her forward, get more damage going. That's what we want to get. Lots and lots of damage if we can. We do have all that riposte. 5 damage, 9 damage. Could also steal the block tokens. We don't really need the block tokens. This is taking 3, 4, 5. Let's not kill it now. If we kill it now, she'll just spawn a new one. Let's go and take the crit where we can get it. An amazing miss and a great riposte. So she's now going to hit Death's Door next round, which is good. Who's going first? This one is. Let's try to blind him. It's them. I have no idea. But either way, we do enough damage to get it out of the way.
Appliance of harm.
Now I'd like to get her down the Death's Door before she takes her turn, but it doesn't look like that's going to happen. Reason being is I'd like to stop her from spawning another Shambler tentacle thingy, but that's no such luck. Now, can we get 2 Resolutes in a row? That's the question of the day. We can't. There is a meltdown there. Alas, what are our relationships looking like now? Not terrible. One's at 6. It could be worse. Definitely could be a lot worse. Let's go ahead and run and hide. Get her out of the way so that way she's less likely to get smacked here. Mr. Jester, I need you to dodge, please. Burn there. Fantastic. Great, great. Please die, Mrs. Shambler. Awesome. All right. All in all, not terrible there. Definitely need a bit of healing, but that's something that we'll deal with. Now, hopefully we get something good. We will get some mastery points, which would be great for us. We get Busker's Hall. Random ally on turn start. If rank 1 equals add a positive token, solo skills will apply a crit token to him. And if relics in inventory are greater than 25, minus 25% damage. Now, the relics thing is, or less than 25, sorry. The relics thing shouldn't really be an issue for us. From Beyond is okay. It's probably best on our... either on our Highwayman to allow him to land the debuff on his bleed resist, or on Bonnie so she can land, has a higher chance if she's stressed to land her blind, which I think is what we're going to go with. I don't think Distracting Dust is working too well for us. Now on the Jester here, let's see, we can go ahead and add this, and Adrenalizing Ash can go over here. And I'm not going to add the Dark Impulse to her. I don't think that's really going to be great for us, but hey, overall pretty good. If the target is bleeding, which a lot of targets will be, he'll do additional damage. Slice off skills we're not doing, but he does receive additional bleed, so that is something to keep in mind. Let's go ahead and try to get some healing items here. Don't have to worry about stress super much. And yeah, okay, we took on a Shambler. I am against taking on the Lair. How are we doing on inventory? We have some money. We can probably take on the Hoarder and we get more value. I say take on the Hoarder like we're gonna fight him, you know? We could also wait and go for a later Hoarder and then get an additional fight here while getting a little bit of money at the Lair. But I think we need to heal up. So let's just play it safe. Let's go for the Hoarder. We also get a nice little stress heal here, which is great.
Let us hope the madman's scrounging has borne fruit.
It better have borne some fruit. Better have borne some. A little bit of money there. A little bit of slime mold there. Fantastic. Slime mold. Oh, even more money. Yeah, the Assay gear is doing its work for us. That was 16 additional relics. That's enough to get us into some pretty good money territory. Unfortunately, we have very little baubles, which is what he really trades in, but I will not say no to some additional items. A meditative totem could be very good for us. Slow-handed, bad digestion, melophobic. Not all things we don't really want. Man, I would love some of these other trinkets. We can't afford a single one of them, though, which is unfortunate to say the least. What do we have in our... Increased stacking for poultices. Where are we going up against... there are no poultices here for sale, so whiskey is risky, but it's nice. And take the meditative totem too, and we'll take the songbook as well. I think that's a pretty good little haul from the little man. Maybe should have thought on those decisions a bit more, but it is what it is. All right. our next fight here. And we're gonna go ahead and check our combat items, make sure that we have stuff equipped. Is there anything I mean, stimulants probably would be pretty good. Otherworldly fragments I might want to save. These ablative powders, though, I think will be useful for us. We might be able to get some stress healing out of them, honestly. Bleed is going to be less prevalent here. So let's try to actually remember to use the ablative powders in the fight, and we might actually be able to get something good out of them. You can use these as a form of stress heal, essentially. So these are elite enemies, which is not great. Probably going to start off with an ignition, yeah. So that is the downside of the lady being here, or not the lady, the immolatist, is she can go ahead and do that. Oh god, I still have not moved my Hellion out of the position she's in. Whoops. I need to remember to do that. Normally I have a Twitch chat who reminds me about these things. I do not have that luxury right now, so... There we go. Great miss. Fantastic miss, even. Love to see it. Oof. Less good of a miss. Good dodge, though. Now that I like to see. Probably going to have to do a highway robbery. We will not get the opportunity to, so let's go for a crit bleed here. He's going to go ahead and get his accelerant. That is a free move that he gets. So always something to keep in mind. I'm going to go ahead and use ablative powders here. And let's just go ahead and move. That riposte really isn't worth. I could try for the dodge, but we'll just focus down the big guy, I guess. Move him around. Good resist. We get a stress reduction there. Oh, wow. She didn't resist the burn there. 96% burn resist. Ouch. That's a big ouch right there. Echoing Marcher. Now he's gonna keep moving around. Oh my goodness me. Okay, the effects wore off, it seems. So, oh no, I put it on the Jester. I thought he had the. Okay. Oh, well. It's gonna hurt. Oh, lovely crit. Fantastic. 13 bleed. That's pretty good. Doesn't get too much better than that. I'm thinking PBS might be a good option here. Maybe over double cross. We are using double cross, but not that often. It could also be better than tracking shot, but you can also use tracking shot to just peel off that dodge. I kind of forgot that was something I could do because I don't use that ability very often, so.
Agony.
Unfortunately, they both got hit with, goodness me. How did she get burns through both 96% burn resist? She must have like a burn. She must be able to do something like pierces through stuff, because that's just insanity, my friend. Insanity. Questions. I could heal her with Cauterize next turn, which will give a bigger heal. But I could also Adrenaline Rush into a Breakthrough, which will give her basically a full heal next turn. So that is a good option, I think. He's pretty much dead. Try to blind here. Got lucky with that hit through the dodge. I say he's pretty much dead. He stuck around for a little bit. He said, I got more stuff to do. Don't worry about me. And I said, okay, that's annoying. Should be able to crit through that, though. Unfortunate. Good resist, though. Finally, we get a little bit of resist there. Now, let's see here. Another Echoing March on our friend back here. Just to really get that bleed going. That's all bleed from Echoing March, by the way. So she's done well for herself. We're looking a little rough on health here. I'm gonna go ahead and Breakthrough. And, oh, oh my goodness me. Yeah, Breakthrough doesn't target three enemies anymore. Whoops, that's not how that works, buddy. Gotta remember how stuff works. Because that is not how that ability works anymore. It's like, oh man, I'm gonna get a huge free heal here. Nope. Absolutely not. These burns are causing us some problems here. Hopefully she can self-heal. Nobody else can. The gassy gruel is definitely helping, though. All right. Yeah, that should give you an idea of how fragile this team still is. Once you kind of end up, we definitely need to kill things quickly. That's kind of how this pans out. Or we need to be fighting teams that bleed us more than not. Right now, that is not the case. So if we go up this way, we get a free undaunted route. We will get, this will negate, no, well, unfortunately, I believe we get the loathing after the fight, so we'll go fight, then loathing, so but that's fine. And then we can get a free fight into the Hoarder, or free fight. Yeah, it's free. So I say we go to the right. This gives us the most time to heal up without anything happening to us.
Let us advance unimpeded.
Which I think is definitely something we should take advantage of. We have to take a fight no matter what, so we might as well try to get as much healing on the road without anything getting in our way. Of course, we don't have to take this fight if we do have the option to dismiss it, which may be a good one if we have that option. We do have the option, but it comes at the cost of stress and 15 light, along with 2 relationships. Not particularly great, I think, so we're just going to go for the fight, and hopefully this one can be ended a little quicker. It is a slightly, I would say a slightly less dangerous variant of the fight that we just had. So, goodness me, one day I will remember to move my Hellion to where she needs to go. One day. It won't be today, probably, but it will be one day.
We can rely only upon each other.
Excellent. That's pretty good for us there. Now, you can just go ahead and toe-to-toe. This does lock her in position, too. It's not great, but it's also not the worst thing that could happen. Oh, he resisted that bleed. Don't like that. Oof. Man, Ghastly Gruel is doing some very good work for us, though. It's basically just a constant regen, always slightly moving in our favor. Now we should Echoing March here. She resisted the initial bleed, but not the next bleeds. Yeah. He's going to be a bit of a problem if we let him continue like this. Question is, do we focus on the Immolatist who can continuously buff, or do we... Yeah, we should probably just try to get rid of her. Oh, the crit through the dodge. You hate to see it, chat. You hate to see it. Hearthlight isn't going to do anything for us here. Try to hit here. Getting the dodge up, which is going to be useful. We could finally get some riposte going, which is great for us. She's now dead, so that's awesome. And he went for the triple dodge person there. Ooh. Thankfully, though, Hellion is the hero who can heal herself, so we're definitely fine with her getting hit more than others. But we'll try to blind a little bit. Great. You'll love it. There's a nice little bleed. Three bleed. That's a weird bleed. 3 bleed? Oh, it is 3 bleed. I don't know why I thought it was 2. I don't know.
Cunning.
I'm being silly.
You may outwit them yet.
All right. Go ahead and heal up. There we go. All right. Doing all right. We're still low on stress.
Scavenge what you
A little bit more money, and we're on our way. I think we're feeling pretty good. I'm glad that this run has continued. Losing that mana arms is definitely a problem, but this is a great example of how you can... I mean, a lot of people would consider the Hellion to be pretty rank inflexible. And, okay, while we're here, there we go. All right, whoever was spamming in the comments or whatever saying to move her, there you go. Now you can... Oh, God, elite enemies again. We're going to go ahead and Echoing March the back row here. This basically negates this guy completely as a threat. He will continuously move himself, bleed himself, and try to get back to that position. So I'm not worried about it. Now we're going to go ahead and actually use Bleed Out for once in this game. Hopefully she doesn't get stunned. Oh, just weakness. I think that was her stun ability anyway. Goodness me. Oh, lovely. Periodic paralysis. One of the rarest diseases in the game. I mean, the immobilize isn't terrible. The stun definitely is not something that we want to see. That's very unfortunate. I'll bleed him more, so he's now dead. And we'll just go ahead and smoke bomb this guy. Now I'm going to solo back here. He's dead. Don't need to worry about him. Let's go for this. That was a great crit. Excellent. Hellion is very self-reliant right now. Goodness me, a crit? Oh, come on. She won't be able to heal now. That's unfortunate, to say the least. She will get the stress, though. A little bit. Oh, God. Periodic paralysis. 5% chance. All right, 5%. Wow, what a disease to get. Oof. All right.
Down these nightmares and blaze the trail to your redemption.
That's fine. I'm fine with her being able to get more healing received from skills, and I don't really care about her move resist. I don't care about anybody's move resist necessarily. So that should apply to her own skills. So that's good. Gonna need a way to remove that disease, which is easier said than done.
But his prices remain fixed.
Okay, so we do have the option for some trinkets now, should we choose one. Raven's Reach doesn't really apply to anybody. Laden Lantern, not super good for us. More healing, less damage. No. None of these really strike my fancy very much. Entirely honest, so let's take a look here. Again, none of these really strike my fantasy that much either. Wind Chime is always a good one. Shrine Map does nothing for us. Food Barrels does very little for us. So at this point, just gonna go grab some good items. This Wild Tea will be useful for us, so we'll go ahead and take that. Another thing of whiskey. Always good to have whiskey. We do like whiskey. And that's pretty good, so we'll leave it there. It's not the best orders that I've ever had, but we will get out of this region with most of our stuff now. Assuming we can take on this fight. That is the name of the game, right? We do have to actually win the fight here. All right, here we go. Oblivion's Rampart. We're gonna go ahead and check our items. I don't really think we need those powders. Those aren't going to be very useful for us. That's going to be better. Bleed. Yeah, bleed is fine. I'm going to take the Greek Fire as well. And we're just going to try to rush this team down. We don't want them living very long. We end up with a Deacon here. Deacon on the altar, so something's going to get healed. Good dodge. So I'm going to go ahead and go for this and see what we can shuffle. Amazing. Great start for us, actually. Then we're going to blind the big boy. Just because he's very annoying, and I don't want him to live for very long, so that's definitely going to be a problem. Echoing March on this guy. people are going to keep moving around him. Every time he gets moved, going to be in our favor. So that's great. I'm going to bleed out. Hopefully that sticks. Ah, he resists. He's actually got decent resists for stuff like this, so there's something to keep in mind. And that was probably a waste of a crit, but it's fine. Move ourselves up, get that riposte going. Nice. Gonna save the Thunderclap grenade. We'll move the Cherub, which is going to bleed the altar, and go ahead and stab it again. And I think we've got it dead. So the altar is dead now. Awesome. Ooh, annoying crit. Don't like that. You could not do that again. That'd be fan-freaking-tastic. Go ahead and solo here, get those dodge tokens generated. Nice big bleed. 8 bleed now. I only have to do 4 more damage to him. Mushroom Bone, that's going to be a decent bleed if it sticks, which it didn't. So happy with that. Can do this and try to get the burn on the Cherub. That's good. So Cherub, let's just kill the Cherub before he worships. He would have stuck with 1 health there and would have been able to survive. I don't like that. I don't want him to live. So I'm going to remove his ability to do so. We're not going to be able to move too much. Our team is completely immobile now. Well, not completely. That's a gross overstatement, I think. Ooh, let's get some stress down while we're here, huh?
Empowered, emboldened.
Probably could have gone and gotten them on the death's door and all that fun stuff, but getting rid of that health is definitely, or that stress is definitely huge for us. All right. Well, would you look at that? That was a pretty successful region, I would say. Hellion, welcome to the team. You've done, oh, temptation. Oh boy, oh, we're gonna have an interesting next region, that's for sure. One of the best trinkets in the game. If you don't know what temptation does, this allows us to get an extra action. And it's been buffed since it used to be in the game, because now it gives you an extra action or damage. And the reason that that's a buff, whereas it didn't give you damage before, is that you can now plan around it. If you notice that you take the damage, you know you're not getting the extra action. If you don't take the damage, you know you are getting the extra action, and so you can plan. Definitely changes how you use your abilities, because if you know you're going to be able to go a second time, guaranteed, that's going to be very helpful for you. Now, of course, this does come at the cost of removing your entire ability to survive Death Blow, which is a problem, right? If you get down onto Death's Door, you are down to 5% chance to survive. You can't go to 0, but that minus 100% without some, you know, amazing amount of the, so not the Witch Pulse, the Nightshade concoction or whatever it is, and all that other stuff. Ooh, and a Roasted Pig too. Definitely not going to survive any Death's Door checks, so that is something to keep in mind. Temptation is just still, though, very powerful. We get Shroud Tactician, Swine Slayer. Needler is relationships. That's not great. Greedy is interactions with the assistance encounters, I do believe. And Periodic Paralysis, obviously not great for us. We're going to leave the candles. We do not care about the candles. Trinket prices are cheaper here because it is the Nomad's Wagon, and we also have additional cheaper stuff because of the Chitness appendage. So looks like we've got some good prices on things here. And yeah, looks like a pretty successful region. So that's going to go ahead and conclude this part of this run. Again, if this is the kind of content you enjoy and you like watching me do these offline runs, do leave a like, leave a comment, and let me know. The more people who comment and let me know that they enjoyed this stuff really helps. And definitely check out some of the other videos on the channel. If you want to catch me live and be able to actually interact with me, I stream Darkest Dungeon 4 days a week, Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, and Sunday. You can find my schedule on my Twitch channel, which is linked in the YouTube description. So thanks all for watching this. I'll catch you all in the next episode, and bye-bye.